Hey there, fellow citizens of Earth. Let's talk about trade. It's as old as time itself. From the Silk Road to Amazon Prime, humans love to exchange goods. It's how we get our morning coffee, our smartphones, and those questionable novelty socks. Trade connects us all. But here's the catch. This global network of ships, planes, and trucks isn't just about exchanging cute socks. It's a high-stakes game rigged by a powerful force, capitalism. And spoiler alert, it's not always a fair game. This intricate web of trade routes, often dictated by the relentless pursuit of profit, has created a world of haves and have-nots. Think about it. Your new phone? Probably assembled in a factory thousands of miles away, where workers might be earning a pittance. That cheap t-shirt? Likely made from cotton, harvested by farmers struggling to make ends meet. See, trade can be a double-edged sword. It's time we talked about the dark side of this global marketplace. Now, let's rewind the clock. Remember the good old days of colonialism? Yeah, not so good for everyone. European powers, driven by capitalist greed, set sail to conquer and exploit. They established trade routes to funnel resources back home, leaving a trail of economic devastation in their wake. Take the spice trade, for example. Spices, once worth their weight in gold, fueled a frenzy of exploration and exploitation. European powers fought tooth and nail for control of these lucrative trade routes, often exploiting indigenous populations and decimating local economies. Fast forward a few centuries, and not much has changed. Sure, colonialism might be officially over, but its legacy lives on in the form of global trade. We've swapped conquistadors for corporations, but the game remains the same. Extract resources from developing countries at the lowest possible cost, maximize profits, and leave a trail of inequality in your wake. Okay, so we've established that trade can be a bit of a buzzkill for some folks. But how does this play out in our modern, globalized world? In short, it's a tale of two economies. On one hand, you have developed nations, reaping the benefits of cheap labor and resources from abroad. Consumers enjoy low prices, corporations rake in record profits, and everyone's happy, right? Well, not quite. On the other hand, you have developing countries trapped in a cycle of dependence and exploitation. They provide the raw materials and cheap labor that fuel the global economy, but often see little of the profits. Their workers toil in unsafe conditions for meager wages, their environments are ravaged by pollution, and their economies remain at the mercy of global market forces. Think about it. When a multinational corporation sets up shop in a developing country, it often dictates the terms of trade. They pressure local governments to offer tax breaks and lax environmental regulations, all in the name of attracting foreign investment. It's a race to the bottom, with workers and the environment paying the price. So what's the solution? Well, blowing up cargo ships and shutting down Amazon probably isn't the answer. Trade, for all its flaws, is here to stay. But we can, and must, do better. It's time to rethink our relationship with trade and ensure it benefits everyone, not just a select few. We need stricter regulations and ethical guidelines for corporations operating in developing countries. We need to empower workers, protect the environment, and promote fair trade practices that ensure everyone gets a fair share of the pie. It's time to ditch the outdated model of global trade that prioritizes profit over people and the planet. Let's build a more just and equitable system, one trade route at a time. Remember, folks, a rising tide should lift all boats, not just the yachts.